Hey everyone, welcome back to Crypto Cash. Thank you so much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. We're taking another look here at Wojak. Just going to draw out some new Fibonacci retracement levels and help understand what's going to happen potentially next here. Is it back on track or are we good to go? Well, we're in the resistance zone right now, so you got to keep this in mind. Once again, we've been here before. You can see this previously, right? Open, first day open roughly, or a couple days in, we saw the price action get rejected off that level. Same thing here as well, took off, didn't look back, retested as a support, now it's a resistance. Okay, so we got to respect the fact that there's a good chance that could pose a problem in the future, but if we break above and or close above, just say roughly 36,000, I'm rounding up here, 36,000, and I think we'd be in good shape. Okay, so let's draw some new fibs here as well. I get the question, how far back are you supposed to go with Fibonacci retracement levels? Well, to me, the larger the time frame, right, which we're looking at here, the all-time high versus the most recent low, that's the best perspective to get on a bigger picture, because then we can know where it's going to go and what the key level of supports and resistances are. It's okay to draw smaller Fibonacci retracement levels on shorter time frames. Just know it depends on what kind of trade you're taking. This is more of a long-term, bigger perspective. So that's the whole point of doing that. So keep that in mind. We'd normally draw them out a little closer, but at this point, I like to get big picture. So let's talk about that. What is the big picture here? Well, so far so good. We're back up over 50 on the RSI. As I mentioned previously, that's commonly a resistance level, where the price action previously, when it tried to break above, like this guy here, got rejected pretty hard and continued to descend as well. You can kind of also see a descending trend here too, where the price action continued to retest these levels and continue to break down. Okay, so we see a couple of broken trend lines here, for lack of better terms, and we're looking pretty good in that sense. We're on the right side of the tracks. You can see the same behavior from Pepe this morning as well when I recovered that, because it did break above a descending trend, create higher lows, and that was the first key takeoff before the price jumped up. Okay, we are also converging on the MACD here. While it wasn't very strong previously, kind of parallel lines, we can see that strong emergence in the last 12 to 24 hours. It's a very positive sign. Not much else to really know, except for we want to look at the moving averages, kind of see where we're at. We're up over the 20, that's a huge thing. As you can see here too, the 20 is a trend setter, okay? You see that descending trend? That's positive. So in that sense, the likelihood of this working upwards with the price action, working as an ascending trend, is equally as high. We do need to worry about the 50-day simple moving average a little bit, but that's trending right around 45,000. We're not there yet, but just know that could be a rejection zone if the price breaks through this current rejection zone. And I'm calling it a rejection zone because in truth, it should work as a resistance, but we're not there yet, right? We don't know specifically if it will, because today's candlestick hasn't closed yet. Okay, so again, that's where the daily candlestick closure is important. If we can get a daily candlestick closure above that, that's really helpful. Keep in mind, the 20-day simple moving average on the daily is working potentially as a resistance level too. So I'd be fairly surprised if we broke through this level here today, but if we can finish out the weekend or have some kind of positivity in that way, we're going to be in good shape. Also, friendly reminder here, because a lot of folks are asking, hey, why is this happening? Well, you got to keep in mind, Bitcoin has done fairly well for itself here. It dipped down super hard when the market hours closed here for our U.S. traditional markets, and then of course it ramps back up, and what do you know, coins like this are taking off too, right? So it gave an extra little pep in its step, for lack of better terms. Keep in mind, Wojak has been increasing the entire time, but now that there's less fear, uncertainty, and doubt in the market, more money is coming into coins like this, right? Just again, something to pay attention to and note, big picture. So taking a look at the hourly, right? Now that we're outside of traditional market hours, what are we looking at here for the hourly? We want to look at the Ichimoku cloud and kind of see we've broken above. This is a very, very bullish sign here. This doesn't necessarily imply you want to just take a long position here at the top, but it does tell you if you have a long position open, you leave it open, because buying the dip and whatever you had done was a good call, okay? That being said, conversion lines with a baseline, we have all green lights here to leave your position open. If the price were to pull back, oftentimes it pulls back to the halfway point, okay? So I'm just going to draw this out for perspective's sake here. When you look at these new Fibonacci retracement levels, again, just kind of giving perspective, the 0.5 is the common retracement area, right here at 0.5. That being said, what do you know? 0.5 is right where the cloud is consolidating, and the price is above it. Therefore, if the price does pull back, we'll likely see a bounce off that halfway point at about 23,700. So me personally, I'm going to add an alert at this level here so I can reevaluate if the price comes back down, see if it's worth taking along and or adding to my spot. All right, so that's kind of the things that I like to look at here, of course. In the big picture, that's where we're at here, but generally speaking, we are overextended here. Keep this in mind, we had a period of consolidation here too. So it would make sense for the price to pull back because we are overextended going into this, okay? So this basically just tells us that for 9, 10, 11, 12, now almost 13 hours we've been in overtime, we've been moving in the same direction for 13 hours. Very, very common for the price action to pull back at that level, especially going into a key level resistance. So I would be mindful and or potentially consider taking some profit and leaving the rest open. But just keep in mind, be mindful of the fact that that's a resistance level. This is a previous resistance and obviously a previous support level turned resistance. So that zone is going to provide a lot of problems for us in the near future. So again, a concrete closure, 36,000 or higher, that's what I'm looking for here today. So if we get that, it might be worthwhile to take a long position. Right now, it would make more sense to prepare for a slight pullback to bounce off that Fibonacci retracement level, 0.5 of roughly 26,000. So pull back to 26, increase to 36. That's roughly what we're looking for here. It should be something as simple as a type of cup and handle, right? So just to clarify, this is a common characteristic in trading when the price breaks below a support, retests it, bounce off the halfway point, and continues further. I'll send this out on our Twitter here as well, so you know what's going on. I send out potential playout charts all the time here, so I'll send that on our Twitter. And if you're not part of this, consider joining, liking, subscribing, following, retweet, all that garbage that comes with social media. We have a tremendous amount of technical fundamental data. We're doing very, very well, and it's just an awesome experience here also. So in fact, I think we had, let me go ahead and refresh this guy, we hit some profit targets here recently, and it's done very well. We hit what, Gala? 10% there, and then 27% when Bitcoin peaked back up. So awesome stuff. Keep up the good work, everyone. Greatly appreciate you. Thanks again for joining me here. And again, if you want to become a better trader, cryptocash.tech is a site. Also, be sure we are running a trading competition for BitGet right now, and it's really awesome. A nice little $2,000 purse to first place for trading bonus, or sorry, trading volume, and of course, profit and loss ratio. Check that out in your own time. It's all available on our Twitter and our homepage as well. Have a good rest of your day. We'll see you on the next one. Take care.